Okay, so today I decided to come out in the sunshine and do a little bit of like mat mobility, warm up flow. So we're gonna start with our feet and just kind of start with the ankles, making some circles. It's such a beautiful day. We're gonna do each foot just a few times, circling each ankle. And on Sundays, particularly for me, I like to wake up and just do a little bit of mobility, just to kind of see how I'm doing. And then we're going to lift the heels up and down, again, just a few times, letting the heels lift and lower. This is like a really great practice to do in the morning. You just roll out your mat, little morning mat mobility. So here we go. The next thing that we're gonna do is take a little seat and just start to kind of like shake out the legs. Gonna hug each knee into the chest, just kind of one at a time. I like to do a little like test. How's my body feeling? Going slow. And then hands behind your back, we're gonna do a little reverse tabletop, lifting up as you exhale. What you wanna make sure here with a little bit of mobility work is that you're moving dynamically, not rushed, but using your breath to lift. And I'm also making sure that I'm really pressing down into all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. And as I inhale, I sit down. And then as I exhale, I lift the hips. And I like to let the head drop back. So inhaling to lift and exhaling to lower. I also think this in the morning, because you've been lying on your back or lying on your side all night, is perfect. It's just like, hello, testing your shoulders, how we're doing. Yep. And then I want you to keep your hands behind you and turn the fingers kind of away from you and just scoot your body forward. And again, maybe kind of like shake out the legs. Just see here how the shoulders feel. Lift the chest up towards the sky, towards the ceiling. And just easy deep breaths through your nose. Scoot yourself back. And then lean forward onto your thighs. So bend your knees, lean forward onto your thighs. I also really like to do this super slow, just for the lower back, just to kind of like see. So I grab the outer edges of my feet. You're gonna have your legs apart, and you're just kind of like scooching your body forward, trying to keep your abdomen kind of connected to the thighs. And just gonna see like what your back is ready for today, right? Just kind of notice like, okay, there we go. And take some really easy, calming breaths through the nose if possible. Nasal breathing is so powerful, so healing for the body. So, and then we're gonna just kind of continue to build some heat. So I like to bring my toes together and then kind of fold forward, heat into the hips. Yeah, and again, the lower back. And then as you sit up, opening the legs, and again, just kind of like leaning forward and seeing how the body feels as you come into a forward fold. Back into knees together, and again, folding forward. And we'll alternate between these two. So wide leg, seated forward fold. And then feet together, seated forward fold. Letting the body just kind of, again, like I said, warm up. Wide leg, seated forward fold. Feet together, seated forward fold. Good morning, hips, and good morning, lower back. Yes, good morning, adductors and hamstrings. Just kind of alternating in between. Mm-hmm. And do 2 more rounds of this movement. Kind of forward and back. Yep. Legs together, feet together, forward. Good. Now we're gonna come on to hands and knees. And I'm in the soft grass, but make sure your knees are comfortable, supported. We're gonna do some cat and cow movements. So kind of tilting the pelvis forward and opening the chest. I always try to lift the chin up. And then I'm taking the chin in towards the chest and really rounding my spine. Press your shoulder blades away from your spine and kind of like up towards the ceiling. Yeah. There we go. And continue again with the breath, just inhaling and then exhaling. A little bit of spinal mobility, pelvic mobility to start your morning. And this is a flow that I would use, before going out on like a walk or before starting my day. It's great to do before activity. So again, just kind of open the chest. Yeah, and round the spine. Inhale and exhale. All right, now we're gonna do some circles. So right leg up and back. You wanna bend the knee and you wanna make really big circles here. I always say that imagine you're drawing with your knee and that you're trying to make the biggest circle possible with your knee. So it's like your knee is the pencil. Yeah, and you're just trying to make a really big circle. It's like, ugh. Yeah. Good morning. Yes. And then we're gonna take the right foot forward towards the front of the mat to the outside of your hand. So make sure the knee kind of tracks with the toes. So where your toes go, your knee wants to point. And then shift your hips forward and open your chest. And I like to call this hip flossing. So I let the hips kind of fall forward. And then when I move backwards, I allow my leg to extend out. And we're moving, again, dynamically. So opening the chest, moving forward, and then take your hips back and stretch the leg. Yeah. Opening the chest, moving back. Just a little morning mobility flow. Easy dynamic movement. Again, inhale, come forward with those hips. And then as you exhale, come back. And then now we're going to bring the elbows down to the mat. And if maybe like both of them don't reach the mat, I don't have like any support out here today. I don't have like yoga blocks with me, but you could always put your elbows down on like a support, or one elbow down is great as well. And then we're gonna take the right arm and we're gonna reach it up and follow the hand and kind of look back. And then just like reach it forward. And you wanna think that you're not just moving your arm, but you're moving your entire torso. So it's like your torso turns forward and down. Your torso turns out, up, and back. So it's this like rotational movement that's not just coming from your arm, but again, your torso. And I like to think of like my ribs. So it's like I'm pointing my ribs down to the ground, and then I'm turning and pointing my ribs up and back. And it's really nice. It's like fun to flow and turn. So let's try the other side. Yeah. And maybe just kind of like shake out the hips a moment, see how it feels. We're gonna do the left leg now with those circles. So remember, you're drawing like really big circles. Really big circles with that left knee. Also remember that you're going to wake up with different energy every single day. And so maybe this is a day where you feel energized, and maybe this is a day where you're, just kind of checking in with your body, seeing how it feels. You just need to move the major joints. Yeah. And then we'll take that left foot forward and start kind of our hip flossing. So remember, take your shoulders down and back, press the hips forward, and then you'll take the hip back and straighten out that left leg as much as it wants to go today. Yeah, bring the chest forward and then bring the hips back. Good. And I always say conscious, mindful movement. And so connect your movement with your breath. You inhale and exhale. So good for our nervous system. Of course, I'm out here in like the sun, right by the river, by the mountain. It's just like the most beautiful place. So that's really nice. It's an added bonus. Smells really good. Fresh. Smells very fresh because we've had a lot of rain lately. And so it feels really good to be out in the sun. So remember, now you're bringing your forearms to your mat and just kind of take a moment to breathe, check in and go, wow, okay, this is new. Your body sometimes will say like, whoa, okay, good morning. And then your left arm is going to be extended and we're doing that rotational movement. So again, try not to think about, I'm moving my arm. Think about moving your rib cage. Think of your torso as a cylinder and you're moving and rolling it. It's like this rolling motion. Yes, of ribs forward and ribs up and back, and it just feels really, really nice. Like I said, kind of rotational. Yeah. Again, that's a little bit more spinal mobility, and it just feels really good. Feels very playful to me. Very playful. Okay, and then we'll come back and kneel for a moment. So make sure, again, this is why I said make sure your knees are comfortable because I'm on squishy grass. But make sure, yeah. And we're just going to kind of allow the hips to come forward, squeeze your glutes, and press your chest kind of up towards the sky. I'll sometimes kind of draw my hands down the back, lift up, let the head go back. Great. And now we're going to do a little bit more mobility for the shoulders and the upper body. So you can turn, if you'd like, to the long side of your mat. I'm going to spread my hands nice and wide. And the arms I'm going to keep straight. So stay kneeling. And then take one shoulder at a time down to the mat. So as one shoulder comes down, the opposite elbow bends. So it's like right shoulder, and you can kind of tap the side of your head down to the mat. Right shoulder, then left shoulder, alternating side to side. A little shoulder mobility. Side to side. Back and forth. And again, think of your torso as like a cylinder that rotates. Yes. We have 2 more on each side. Taking your time. And don't worry if like your shoulder or your head does not touch your mat. Don't worry. This is practice. This takes practice. And just like we did hip flossing, this is shoulder flossing. And so, again, everything comes with practice. Okay. Now I would like you to lay down on your belly on your mat. Okay. And what we're going to do is bend the right knee. And we're going to do a little kind of like scorpion pose, taking that right knee over to the left. And just let your head relax on the ground. Kind of stretch out the lower back. Really nice. We're gonna stay here for 5 breaths. So just kind of let the lower back relax, the head relax. Yep. . Okay, and the other side we'll try as well. So taking that left knee now, bending the knee, and then kind of rolling onto your side. Keep your head down. And my right arm, I just have it laying flat with the palm down. Elbow slightly bent. Yep. So you're gonna get a little shoulder opener as well as a lower back stretch. And again, you've got 5 breaths here, which is really nice. Really great work. Lower back, shoulders, hips. We're gonna do one more little move. Come back up to your knees, all right? So kind of stretch like we did before. Open up your chest, let your head go back. Kneeling, opening up the front of the pelvis and the thighs. Yes. Oh, I got a little grass on me. Okay, one more move here, you guys. Another rotational move. We're gonna take our left foot forward, and I wanna take your hands behind your head. So clasp your fingers together and bring your hands behind your head. And we're going to bring the right elbow down to the mat, just towards the inside of that left foot. And then as you come back up, twist the opposite direction. So you're twisting your torso to the right. And then as you exhale, you bring that right elbow down to the mat, just to the inside of the left foot. Coming up, twisting open to the right. And then again, exhale, right elbow down to the inside of the left foot and twisting open. Good, twist, twist, twist that torso. So again, this idea of like turning our cylinder. I don't know if that's a good analogy, but you guys can let me know if you like to think of your torso as a cylinder. I do. It is. There we go. One more time. Elbow down. Good, and then back up and twist and open. Beautiful, come back to your knees. Yeah, feel free to kind of move your hips side to side. Again, we're gonna open up the chest, head goes back. Yeah, just kind of, shake it out. And then we're gonna take the right foot forward. Bringing the right foot forward, we're just doing the same thing on the opposite side. So again, hands behind your head, fingers clasped, and now your left foot comes to the mat. And this takes, as you notice, quite a bit of core strength, quite a bit of stability. And so the other thing that helps me here as I twist to the left is really rooting down through my feet. And so really gripping the mat with your toes. Spread your toes wide, turn to the left. You're twisting your torso, bringing that left elbow now down to the mat. And again, your feet are strong, your legs are strong. Those are your pillars of strength. And then left elbow down, coming up and twisting, really, like I said, dynamic. And just remember, mobility is practice. So if your elbow is not coming anywhere near the floor, that is okay. You can do this video again and poco a poco, little by little, we practice, right? And that's what I think is like a good reminder. Like every time you get on your mat, you're like, oh, I'm practicing. So one more time, you guys, twisting to the left, open those elbows, turn, and then again, left elbow comes down to the inside of the right foot, and then we get to kneel again and just kind of like shake out the hips. Good. All right, so we started with our ankles and we started with our hips and our shoulders. We really opened up our spine. We did a lot of twisting movements. So I hope you really enjoyed this mat mobility class. Thank you so much for practicing with me. And I will see you in the next video.